Today at Seeking Our Inner Being, we welcome Sandyra. Thank you for joining us, Sandyra.
Thank you for having me. I was really looking forward to it.
So let's get straight into it, shall we? Are you in contact with your inner being, or in awareness of your inner being? If so, how does it come up for you? How does it manifest?
Okay, so every morning I do a walk for 1 hour, and this morning I did know that this question will come. So I was just asking myself, like being in touch with, with my alignment with my inner being, and I was just like asking, am I in touch with my inner being? And there came this really like this, yes, yes, you are. And it was like, when it came like this, it felt like bliss came up, and it was like a full yes to life, a full yes to God, a full yes to myself. And I was actually quite surprised that it came in this clarity out, and it made me almost dancing my walk.
That's lovely.
So yeah, it was just like realizing, there's a realization that it's there, but you doubt because you are not aware of it all the time. So in this moment, I allowed myself to give this full yes, and that was just beautiful.
And the joy was coming out, you said as well, right?
Yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah. So it was just like, everything in this moment, like everything becomes brighter, the light comes, the birds get clearer, and everything, the sounds, everything is there. So it was quite an amazing experience to allow myself to say yes.
And such clarity as well, right? So normally, in day-to-day life, how does it come through for you, or how does it take shape in your day-to-day?
For me, it's more like that I'm having an enhanced awareness when I am kind of caught by all this thought processes, actually what I call false matrix. If this comes in and kicks in and takes me, I'm just aware, and then I'm moving back. So the consciousness and awareness is increasing constantly, so that I'm getting myself when I'm triggered by something or when I'm reacting to something. So I kind of know how to align and go back to my inner calmness and my inner silence. And so, and I feel it's like a constant dance. Like this, so you're caught by something else, by these outer noises, by your busy mind, and then you go back and you just just feel, and you pause for a moment, pause and breathe, and just get into awareness what's going on,
and it's like going deeper inside and finding that still place. Beautiful. And you mentioned your morning walks. How has it evolved for you in practices before and now that have allowed you to be able to do that dance?
For me, the most profound thing is my deepening to work with the four mother powers. And also my healing work, of course, because in my healing work, I need to be aligned, I need to be centered, I need to have this inner calmness, I need to have this inner alignment. And so there is always this places when I give my treatments that I am aligned, that I'm realizing. But how to transfer it into a normal day-to-day life, I really, by working with the four mother powers, which represents actually the four elements for me, so kind of. So I see when my emotional being, which is for me Mahalakshmi, when I'm off, or when I'm emotionally triggered, or when my mind gets crazy, which is more Maheshwari. So working and teaching the four mother powers helps me tremendously to get more clarity about this dance. So and I work with the four mother powers actually since many years. So with the mother symbol, so it started, I think, 10 years ago that I first worked with the symbol of the mother, and then I kind of 7 years ago I decided really it's time to focus on the four mother power. It came very naturally, and so I integrate this in all my work, and which helps me to be very conscious and very aware.
Okay. And you maintain daily practices in this for yourself as well? Like, is it concentration type of work, or how does it look for you on a day-to-day self-practice?
My day-to-day self-practice is first the morning walk, where I really try to be in the present moment, just not caught up by my thoughts, just emptying my mind and just walk and be together with nature, which is for me a very soothing experience. So I really love to do it. It's really nice. It's nice to start a day like this. And of course you have meditation practices and which are a bit irregular. I'm not having my daily like sitting 1 hour, or I don't have that, but I go regularly to in the inner chamber to Mandir, and I do whenever I feel like I have time for it. But for me the morning walk is actually a meditation. And then I have, of course, my healing sessions where I'm benefiting all the time, because there is no other ways than to be aligned and concentrated and be in touch with your inner being.
Great. And so when you think about significant moments or really turning points or particular realizations that you've absorbed, and can you think anything come to mind to share?
I mean, I have to actually start when I was very young. When I was 20, I came to India, and I came the first time in touch with meditation and yoga. And I came from Germany, a very traditional life, even no religion in my family, and just, you know, you make your school, you study, then you work. So the whole frame was given in a traditional way. So when I was then up in the mountains, and I have been in an ashram actually for almost 2 months, and later on in Vipassana for 20 days. So, anyway, at this time, when I came to India, it was very difficult for me. So the cultural shock, and like 2 young European girls traveling together, one blonde, one dark, and we were just like, was really, really difficult. So anyway, so I was thinking, okay, I'm just going to travel and look at the sightseeing places in India, and then I go back. And but after this being in the ashram, suddenly something was kicking in, which I thought it's quite natural. It happens to everyone when they get in contact with something which is larger than their education. But it was so profound because I was full of love. I loved everyone, and I had complete trust in life. There was complete absence of any fear. A feeling of love and being beyond fear that stayed with me for a couple of years. I had really profound experiences in my life, but nothing could scare me. So that was the real turning point, and it's still something which deeply vibrates through me. So this trust in life, and there was also this kind of feeling of bliss and joy. So I call it often the Krishna within. So, and when it's absent, I'm just like looking for the Krishna within. So that was my starting point, where there was this profound experience. But since this time, I'm listening to my inner voice. And every decision in my life comes from this inner place. Also, when I think about how I came then finally to Auroville, it was like when I was in 2007, I visited Auroville, and I was in the inner chamber, and later on sitting on the banyan tree. And I was crying, I was crying for 1 hour, but so full of bliss. And it was just, it was my second day in Auroville, and I just knew I'm staying here. I'm staying here, this is my place, this is coming home, coming home, coming home. It was just this voice inside me. And So I did my whole process really straightforward, just like everything was unfolding.
The knowing was there, and that.
Yeah, and then everything was happening around that. There was no obstacles at all, and there was not one little thought of doubt. So, and I kind of do all my decisions, my big decisions in life. I'm just listening to my inner voice, and I know also right now the situation in Auroville might be shaky, but I know when there's something coming new, I will know it from deep within. So, and there is no such a thing that my mind can figure out what comes afterwards. It needs to be an inner calling, an inner
deep listening.
Deep listening, yes. And that's how I live life.
Love it. So the final question, Sandyra, and maybe for some people it's challenging to think. What are the traps or particular challenges or false starts or cautions that you've experienced or you've seen, but that you can share for everyone else to have some awareness?
I mean, there are simple things which are challenging sometimes. It's when I'm observing myself about my authenticity and my truth. If I'm truthfully can open my heart to someone, or how do I greet others now in this situation when I maybe think this person is off? Is it my saying hello to them or not saying hello to them? So I'm observing myself with every moment, also how I'm responding to them. So what are my thought processes and what are my challenges? And I can see that I'm triggered. I was just like yesterday in the housing service, and I was triggered there, and that I was responding in my trigger, and then I was just like, oh, Sandyra, what is it? What is happening?
Yourself.
I'm catching myself, and then I just breathe, and then I think I get in touch with my inner being, and then I can respond differently. And as I said in the beginning, it's a matter of awareness, but there are challenges all the time. Like, how is life right now? How is the world? The world is upside down. And you hear about really awful things what people are doing on this planet Earth. And so to like what Maheshwari is, this embracing of everything, the dark side and the light. So that feels sometimes quite challenging, and I'm not there. I can't say that I can embrace everything. So, but I try my best. It keeps on being a challenge. And
Okay. Do you feel, is there anything else that you wanted to share before we close?
What I wanted to share is actually my deep connection, which is actually to our teachers, which is Mother and Sri Aurobindo. So they are my source where I can always go to, and I feel that they are pushing me sometimes in directions. So they are my, it feels like almost they are watching about me and saying, Sandyra, no, here. So I felt this like a profound call when I went to the council. So it was not me who was deciding that I need to go there. There was just first like a profound wake up call by Sri Aurobindo. And then there was Mother during the selection process, which it felt almost like I can't look in the mirror if I'm not saying yes to move forward and be in service of the divine and being in service in this form. So, and I know that my little self didn't want to do that. So, and
so it's more than guidance. It's kind of like a a bit of pushing for us as well.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
That's happened to me, and I'm very grateful for that. Yeah, so
wonderful. Thank you so much, Sandyra.
It's been lovely. It was great. Thank you.
Thank you.